First of all, I would like to appreciate Dr. Xie and Dr. Chan's invitation. It's a great honor to speak in front of you. Also, it's a very big pleasure to speak after the 7 great speakers. So, can you raise your hand that if you are engineers or you are in science field, can you raise your hand? Thank you. If you are in humanities field, can you raise your hand? Okay, I saw 2, 3. Okay, so based on Dr. Xiao's statement, we are all competing. And we chose the wrong field, otherwise we can advance much earlier. And also, I saw Dr. Hu's statistics that Asian American actually has 50% less than the national average to be the manager, to go to the management level. So, so the leadership is actually a very important topic. So I don't think I'm in the right position to tell everybody how to do the leader, but I would like to share with you what I learned from 2 different angles in terms of leadership, especially in this culture. Okay, so leadership has been a very popular topic. So if you go to Amazon, you search leadership, you will find 69,000 books talk about leadership. Okay, so you see the Leadership 101, you also see the truth about leadership. So every one of you, I bet, have learned what leadership talk about. So these are the mainstream definition for leadership. People tells you need to lead by example. And when we think about leader, you think about strength, Arnold Schwarzenegger. You think about courage, charisma, vision, and credibility. But today, I will talk about 2 different angles about the leadership. And that I would like to share with you. And if you have any feedback, you can share here. Next page, please. The first of all is that leadership needs lots of effort. Okay, so people think that being a leader need to do a lot of things. So I have seen a lot of us, including myself in the beginning, we try to manage every single thing. People talk about micromanagement. I have bosses do micromanagement. I also do something. So I would like to share what I learned from one of the books, talk about how to control the group, which is the leadership can be very simple and straightforward. The lesson we learn is from ant colonies. If you have ever observed the movement of ants, you will see that they tend to follow a particular path. Each colony has millions of ants, but they follow the same path. Okay, so the scientists have done a lot of experiments. So the F represent food, N represent nest, and they try to see how the ants choose the path. Okay, this shows different paths that the ants can go. A particular experiments, they put ants and food on 2 different containers, and the scientists built 2 bridges. One is 2 times longer than the other one, and they found every time the ants choose the shortest path. Okay, so there's something leading them to do the shortest path. What are they? Next page, please. Okay, so who are the leaders? Many people say that it's the queen. The queen is this guy, very big ant. But actually, queen is not the leader. It's a slave of giving the eggs. The queen only do hatching. So she doesn't lead the ants. But who leads ants to choose the shortest path? Next one. Actually, the movement of ants is led by very simple rules. We can conclude with 3 things. Number 1, each ant releases some pheromone they call trailing pheromone on its path. Whenever it goes, it will leave some chemical. Second, the other ants, every single ants prefer to follow that particular pheromone. So if one ant goes through it, the next one has a higher chance to follow that path. The third rule is the strength of the pheromone reduced over time. It doesn't sustain forever. The pheromone will reduce over time. So these three simple rules guided the action of millions of ants. Next page, please. So how does it work? Remember I talked about a particular experiment. They built two different bridges. One is twice longer. So imagine there's two identical ants. They leaving their nest to look for the food. One go to each one. When the first ants go to choose the shorter path to reach the food, the other ants only reach halfway. At that time, if there are two ants they want to go, they smell the same strength of pheromone, so they still go to two different ones. However, when the first ants comes back from the shorter path, the other ants only reach the destination. So this path has twice of the pheromone of the first one. When you have three ants, they choose the path. Probability tells you that two ants will choose the shorter one, and the other ants will choose the longer one. Over time, the strength of the pheromone on the shorter path will be stronger. The longer one, over time, will reduce. So after an hour, 2 hours, every single ants go through the short path. Sometimes you'll see some losing ants go through there, but it's because of probability. So this lesson tells us manage a group of people or ants doesn't need to do every single thing. You just need to set the rule right. They will follow. Okay, that is one lesson we learned from the management, from leadership. You actually set the right rules, they will follow those things to do the actions you want to do. Next page, please. Okay, the second myth I would like to share within this 20 minutes is the image. The leader always to be great. When you see the leader, they are famous already. Like Confucius, King Arthur, Martin Luther King, or Steve Jobs. You see those leaders when they become leaders. So you think, oh, leaders always do the great thing. They are smartest people. Many chances they are, but not many people tell you how a leader starts. So I would like to share you one thing. Next page. So this page is my last slide. I will show you a video to see how the leader starts. Okay, and we go to this. Okay, so this video is only 3 minutes long. With this video, can you go to the beginning? This video will show how a leader starts. Okay, so being a leader, you need to be able to stand out and have the guts to be seen as a ridiculous people, like this guy. Thanks. And notice that he is doing a very simple thing. So you see, there's a follower. This is very important. Okay, and this follower, the leader need to treat him equal. So right now they are a group. Okay, you see this follower try to call his friends. So the follower also has the guts to stand out, to be looking like ridiculous. They're doing the same thing over and over. And so at this time, you don't see which one is the leader because they are doing exactly the same thing. As a leader, you teach, embrace your follower. Okay, this is the third follower. That means that the first follower was doing the right job. So the second follower follows them. So when you go to 3 people, it's not only one nut, not 2 nuts, but you have a crowd. A crowd is the news. So you see 2 followers and 3 followers. So at this moment, this is a tipping point. So there's no risk to join this group. And if you stand outside, seeing a stupid guy, now you don't see stupid guy anymore. So you have no, you get people to join in. If you stay outside, you will look actually ridiculous. So if you don't see this point, in the beginning you thought we were a stupid guy doing the dancing, but right now you see a crowd. Okay, so we have a great leader here. So several things, let's recap what we learned here. First, being a leader, you need to have the guts to stand out. And you need to bear with people looking at you differently. Second, the first follower is very important. It's an underappreciated form of leader. It's the first follower to transform a nut to a leader. So, and it demonstrates how to follow. So two things we learned here is being a leader, you shouldn't afraid of anything, other people, how to look at that. Second, the first follower also is a leader because he transformed a nut to a leader. And the last thing you learn is that sometimes the leader has been over-glorified. After this event, the next newspaper will say, oh, this leader lead hundreds of people to dance for humanity, for the freedom, or for greenhouse or something. But actually, it's just beginning, doing something he thinks is cool. So, if you found someone doing something that is great, be brave to follow and encourage other people to follow. Thank you very much.